Everybody, this is Coach Julio, and I have a message for anyone dual diagnosed with addiction and mental illness. You're not alone, and if you're not unsure if you're dual diagnosed or have one or the other, this video may be helpful. For so many years, the shame and self-blame tied to my alcoholism and clinical depression convinced me that struggle was a sign of weakness, a moral failing. Even now, with 11 years of recovery, those old narratives can resurface. But back then, I was in denial that I lived with two medical conditions. And even after years of sobriety, that denial can creep back. Accepting these treatable condition was and continues to be a vital step towards healing. Now, I felt this acutely after my 11-year sobriety anniversary on September 24th, 2025, when apathy, irritability, and insomnia resurfaced. It was draining, but I've come to understand this as the anniversary effect, a predictable psychological response, not a sign of failure. Dismissing these symptoms only makes them worse. Chronic stress from these struggles also negatively affects my immune system. Now, in my experience, these feelings are danger signs. In hindsight, ignoring them led to past relapses and destructive decisions that impacted my life and those around me. There were times I didn't know how to ask for help. I withdrew from life, not for solitude, but for isolation. I now recognize that isolation is also a major danger sign. I'm sharing this in hopes of ending the stigma around asking for help, especially for those of us living with dual diagnosis. Recovery is not a destination, it's a continuous process. For me, that includes an inclusive approach with the medical community and a strong support network. Living with dual diagnosis is not easy, but I've learned that recovery doesn't have to be a solo act. The alternative, a lonely existence, is something I've known and something I've chosen to leave behind. Every day I stay sober, I'm reminded that connection is the antidote to addiction and brings joy to my life. A note to the viewer on recovery: please don't compare your journey to mine. Instead, ask yourself if this message resonates where you are. Whether you're 7 days sober, 60 days, 5 years, or somewhere in between, this realization can meet you where you are again. I'm only sharing my experience, strength, and hope. For me, the most important thing I cannot do for today is pick up a drink or a substitute. Abstinence gives me the chance to use the other tools, asking for help, listening to others, and practicing self-care one day at a time. All this adds up to two things: sober is better and you are worth it. If you're struggling with mental health or substance use crisis, please remember you can call 988 or you can also text them. They are open 24/7. That is the Suicide Crisis Lifeline. If you're in the military or veteran, dial 988 and press 1. Thank you for your time, and again, you're worth it.